For Duan, the most difficult part of the day isn't the work itself. It's the walk to his own front door. He is 45 years old, sitting in the rain, delaying the moment he has to step inside the home he spent his life building. He has just been fired for the third time in a single year. It's 10 o'clock at night, and he has nowhere left to turn. This graph shows the rising pace of technology compared to human adaptability. As software became complex, Duan was outpaced, stranded in the widening gap. The final break happened when he asked for an advance for his daughter's phone, reminding his boss he was a liability. Now he sits in the dark, scrolling through his contacts. He makes call after call, speaking in whispers, begging friends for any lead on a job. He cannot let his family know he has failed again. He is trapped between a corporate world that views him as obsolete and a family that views him as an infinite resource. The moment he steps inside, the silence of the street is replaced by a wall of noise. His wife meets him in the hallway with a list of accusations, shaming him for his late arrival and questioning his commitment to their children's futures. His daughter is next. She doesn't ask how his day was. She asks for the phone he promised. She shows him her cracked hanging screen as proof of his failure to provide what she considers a basic necessity for her studies. Duan says nothing. He has learned that speaking only invites more conflict. He absorbs the insults and the demands, acting as a buffer between his family's expectations and the reality of his empty pockets. He knows that if he tells them the truth, that there is no money and no job, the house will erupt in panic. To avoid that explosion, he takes the blame for being forgetful or selfish instead. When his son returns home smelling of alcohol, Duan doesn't even look up. Past attempts to discipline him ended in threats and near violence. He simply takes his plate to the kitchen and eats in the shadows, alone. By staying silent, Duan is trying to keep the household's illusion of security alive. He is carrying the weight of their world so they don't have to feel the ground shaking beneath them. The next morning, he is out the door before anyone else is awake. He knows the math. No work means no tuition, no wedding savings, and no food. He spends the day walking from one office park to the next, searching for an opening. By late afternoon, the physical toll is evident. He hasn't eaten to save money, and the miles of walking have caused his blood sugar to drop. His limbs feel heavy, and a dull numbness begins to set in. As he walks toward the main road, his mind is a checklist of debts. He is calculating the cost of the phone, the electricity bill, and the son's growing habits. The world around him begins to blur into a fog of numbers and anxiety. He steps off the curb, his eyes fixed on the pavement, his mind miles away. He never hears the horn or the screech of tires. The truck hits him before he even realizes he's left the sidewalk. He had spent years absorbing every pressure of his life without a single outlet. Eventually, the exhaustion became so total that he simply stopped seeing the danger right in front of him. After the funeral, the house falls into a different kind of silence. The man who was criticized for his lack of effort is gone, and the shield he provided has vanished with him. Their lives were built on a single foundation. Within weeks, creditors arrive, and the Wi-Fi signal is cut off. Out of necessity, the son earns 7,000 rupees at a shop. The daughter earns 5,000. There are no more complaints about the menu or the model of their phones. They eat what they have. The wife's life has changed most of all. Without the security of her husband's presence, she no longer spends hours at the mirror. The nights she once spent complaining are now spent in total insomnia, terrified by every creak of the floorboards. They finally see that Duan wasn't just a person in the house. He was the electricity, he was the food, he was the roof, and the very possibility of their dreams. He was the invisible infrastructure of their entire existence. We rarely notice the foundation of a home until it's gone. Take a moment to value the silent providers in your life before the lights go out for good. Because once they are gone, the darkness is absolute.